This is Cross right here, man.
Believe in the spirit. Light spot. Ngolumqala sana. Banbiza iqeqe kasengqondo yami iqine nkqi. Qhuma iholo wimbotyi kwintshaba ingqala ngqo. Qinama nqene ingqawa ndim kurapper nqena qho. Romane ngqwele kasi ntwana yami ingqoko ngqoko. I-culture boy.
There are like ways which we contribute as human kunodibene kunye ne-pollution. Sacontribute ngokulahla kwethu ngukuma yethu kwindawo ngendawo isikakhulu especially ubone kwindawo ezifana kunye ne-townships abantu balahla izinto funeke kumdaka kubekho ubone kukho extraction of oil and gas emalwandle, that is form of pollution as well. Abantu xa bethatha i-oil ne-gas ubone kwindawo ezifana kunye nolwandle.
So intlobo endizibona apha ekuhlaleni ngamanzi amdaka akhona apha ezitratweni, ngamaphepha amdaka angamahlanga anganani amdaka qinisekileyo.
I think one is directly linked to the other, as well as if you think about litter as well, and the impacts that it has on people's lives directly and indirectly.
So there are lots of what we call pathways between climate change and health, and the Cascades program that we're part of at the moment is really trying to understand those pathways. So sometimes those pathways are very direct. So at the moment there are some really big heat waves happening in West Africa, United States and in India. And a heat wave can have very direct impacts on people's health. People with cardiovascular or heart conditions are much more predisposed to problems, even death during heat waves. Pregnant women can be severely impacted by heat waves, elder people and particularly small children. So there can be some very direct pathways, but there can also be some less direct pathways. So for example, one thing we're very concerned about is food security and nutrition. If we're having extensive droughts like we've just had in Southern Africa, where the crop yields have been very low, that pushes up food prices. And often for marginalized communities or vulnerable communities, that can mean resorting to less nutritious food, alternative food that isn't as nutritious. And for children, for babies, even for elder people, that can have significant health impacts. So yeah, lots of different ways that climate can impact health. And I think the more we can understand the complexities of how that happens, the better we can develop interventions to address those, and the better we can influence policies and plans in government.
Ngabantu abadala nabantu abalula njengezintolo mntana usecankwami. Khetha msinyane, ufumana msinyane izifo njengami uba ufumana msinyane mina muntu mdala ungaka. Ndithatha msinyane ezigodlweni kumoya omdaka pha.
In places where we have the majority, there must be like excessive amount of service. Understand? We shouldn't put more service kwindawo ine-minority. We think that places which have most of people should be the ones which are prioritized kunye ne-service. Places which have majority should be the ones which are mostly educated about environmental justice and also the activism in places of what can be their roles and like be majority, what can they do to also like fight for their environmental rights. So if you have it can be priority. These kind of communities, that won't be a problem. Instead, when I'm referring about environmental justice, kumdano private school or Camps Bay, whereas that doesn't actually affect him the same way as a person, that's a real need.
Yeah, government has a lot of important roles to play in dealing with climate change. So broadly, there are two areas that the government is involved in. The one is what we call mitigation. So that's looking at changing policies and law about how much CO2 we emit into the atmosphere. So it's controlling industries, it's trying to move transport away from fossil fuels and things like electric vehicles. That's what we call mitigation. So trying to reduce the amount of pollution and emissions we're putting into the atmosphere. The other side the government's involved in is what we call adaptation. So there it's developing programs to improve flood resistance or reduce flooding in communities. It might be looking at changing the way we do our farming, using different types of seeds or improving irrigation. And then also looking at things around health. So how do we manage increasing diseases that are resulting from climate change? How do we manage heat waves better? So the government has a big role in developing policies and plans to manage climate change.
So the only thing anokwazi uyenza kuba thina as a community we should get like involved kwi-organization ezifana kunye nezi no Project 90 by 2030 lo nimsebenzelayo, and try to see what can be your contribution and try to see how can you clean up i-community yakho, have service days around i-communities zethu whereby we are going to just say as i-community ngoku bone sonke senza just i-service siyacleana kule ndawo sihlala kuyo kube clean, and also whenever bone there is rubbish around, where should I go ubone kwindawo ezifana nezinto ezo-municipality, how can you make i-calls kwindawo ezinjeya baze banenze into bangaba kucoceke kwindawo nihlala kuzo.
Urhulumente ufuna abantu abaphambili ngoba ufuna kuyiwe kuye mna kwezami ingqondo xa sinothi sidityane sidibane singabahlali siye kuba kwabangaphambili siyofuna uba mabasise urhulumente bake mna kurhulumente andimazi apha kwayo. Siyasise urhulumente inene asithethane nayo okokuba makhe asikunike abantu sikwazi asiklinele ukulanda iindawo zethu esihlala kuzo.
What you do matters, no matter how small it is. You might not think that you can make a difference, but every little act counts, every difference counts, and you can make a difference.